Hello there, everybody, and welcome! This is episode 2 of Rockhold, The Gift of Shadow, and today, we got to get some things done. There is a dwindling stockpile of food and drink. In the last episode, we successfully established a base camp. We have an underground pasture now. We successfully breached the aquifer, and we've set up the foundation of the city to be. Well, I have already set up the basic infrastructure, but there is much more to do, and I'd say it's time to get started. First off, it's time for the infamous random furniture stockpile. So this thing here goes hand in hand with the finished goods. For now, I'm gonna remove that later. So we do require a couple of things. In the previous episode, I have already ordered a couple of siltstone thrones and doors because we're going to build ourselves some office where we can manage things. So I also realized that I probably would want some stone somewhere. That would be really amazing. I mean, blocks. Some blocks to make the rooms look nicer. We could even make wooden blocks. I'm tempted. After all, we are living in a very, very timber-rich zone, and the Banner of Shadow doesn't mind what the local elven populace thinks. So, yeah. Let's start chopping some trees. I think that's a very good opening for today's episode, and we're going to order ourselves a couple of wooden blocks. Very unorthodox of mine, or, well, I usually don't do it that way, I would rather say, but whatever. So, next step, we do require the office. So, I'd say, let's make that happen here. Proper little room for the manager, and another little room for the bookkeeper. Okay. So, they need chairs and doors. Okay. Now then, office number 1 folds to our manager. So that's it, the mason. And the other one, I can sign it already, will be for our bookkeeper, Osmil. Okay. Here. Good. That way we'll have a close count of what we own, and most importantly, we can finally set up work orders. So, let's get this done. First up, I want to wooden blocks. It's actually wooden blocks, not wood blocks. Okay, so we got really a nice variety here. I'd say oaken blocks. Let's start with 40 of these. That should make a nice furnishing for a starting area here. Good. The other thing we require are rock pots for the drink industry. So we're going to brew drinks from fruits and from plants. There we go. And we're going to cook meals. Of course, lavish meals, because we can't afford to. So, the total amount of meals, though, well, we'll keep it at 50 to begin with. That's really all we need, and a low amount. We don't want to have our stockpiles destroyed. So, I do designate a really high number of drink, because I figured that we want to be a fort that has options for a lot of guests. You see, we we want to be open for visitors and all. I also do plan to incorporate a higher amount of humans in the fort. There will be bards and all these things allowed in Rockhold. So, because after all, the goal of this run is supposed to get up a diplomatic mission done. Okay, so we can now also make a bit more specific orders happen. With the manager in place, things should get done quite quickly. Also, with the brewing orders issued, our food situation should stabilize any moment. The only thing that I want to get done now is I want to assign these doors so nobody has to sleep on the ground anymore. I really dislike that. So, let's pause that for a second, and boom, bedrooms. Now, it's time for the dwarf of the day, or the dwarves of the day. I want to give us a nice shot on the manager and the bookkeeper, but before I do so, I want to make sure that the miners will have some work to do. So, well, one day I will probably modernize my ways and do some things differently, but for now, I will stay with these halls and the way I do it. So, we have it, Cripwim. I love his name. So, he is... I'm gonna get you. He is somewhat quarrelsome, and he is bothered by this since he values friendship. He tends to form only tenuous emotional bonds with others. He has little interest in joking around, and he tries to keep his things orderly. He is moved by art and natural beauty, and he is troubled by this since he dislikes the natural world. Poor guy. I love nature, but I hate the world. Okay, Id. That is a very, very problematic dilemma you have there. Okay, so let's see what we can do. Oh, we should check out what he's liking. I really do like to check that out. Slate, tin, amber opal, russet color, crossbows, statues. Oh yeah, glumprongs for their living shadows and the words of the scholarly satins. He likes squid, carnival beer, and pig's milk. Pig's milk? Yikes. I didn't even know that exists. As a thing you could drink. I mean, of course pigs drink the milk of... whatever. You do you, Mr. Cripwim. Let's move on over to Osmel's standard board. Now, that sounds promising. That sounds way less weird, but let's see. Don't judge a book by its cover. He's frequently depressed. He dislikes receiving advice, preferring to keep his own counsel. That sounds very dwarvish. He's very greedy. Huh? He finds helping others emotionally rewarding. He sometimes acts with little determination and confidence. He has little interest in joking around, and he tends to make a small mess with his own possessions. So he's basically a grumpy old drunkard that has a good heart after all. Interesting. He has a tendency to consider ideas and abstractions over practical applications. He's quite ambitious and he's often nervous. He doesn't often experience strong cravings or urges. He isn't given to flights of fancy. He tends to share his own experiences and thoughts with others. And he tends to be passive in discussions, and he has a tendency toward forming deep emotional bonds with others. He's pleased by his own appearance and talents, and he finds obligations confining, though he is conflicted by this for more than one reason. When he's thinking, he clicks his tongue repeatedly. Interesting guy. I gotta say, Asmel, you are one interesting book to read. He's a very dwarvish person with all his grumps and wrinkles, but yeah, I like this guy. He likes a stone that I can't pronounce. I really need to check this out between the episodes. Just like I wanted to check out if that one guy was of the previous fort. I forgot that, but I will do. Silver, pinfire opal, giant ibex horn, sheep wool, Rami fabric, the color lilac, short swords, giant ibexes for their long horn. Yeah, we had that already. Also the words of the scholarly satins and the sight of the lyrics of reticence. That's a real art lover. When possible, he prefers to consume green tree frog, wine, and almonds. So obviously I have a French dwarf. Okay. He absolutely detests mussels, though. I love this guy. Asmo, you're a keeper. Never change. Now, so we have damp stone located. Oh boy, all our plans have been foiled by this. Now that comes unexpected. What do I do out of that? So our miners have reported back to the expedition leader. We have struck another piddly-piddly watery hole. So that is interesting. It is not bad inherently. That means only that we can now decide what we're going to do with this level here. So it's clear that these two layers where I'm working here now are going to be the expeditionary fortress base, however you want to call it. I think this has become clear now. So let's oh, I messed it up. No, I'm sorry. I completely forgot about this. So, well, shucks to be you guys, but your rooms only gets moved. So the the problem here right now is that you can't put flooring below furniture. So it's a weird thing. Anyways, so let's handle that problem next. Really do like to do to breach through this as quick as we can. I mean, we have the basics down now. We don't need to farm desperately. It is okay. We can deal with it. What is going on here? Are we sitting on a biome board? So it seems as if we had only a partial run-in with the aquifer. That's one of the weirdest things I've seen in a while. So basically that means I got to try it out. If we dig down here, most likely no damp stone located. Is it? Yep. So my plans have not been foiled. Not at all. Wonderful. So we can at least keep that going, and we can experiment where that'll get us. But, well, let's dig another tunnel. After all, I feel like exploring the depths of this place a little bit more thoroughly. Okay, so at this point we could also consider going for our farming adventures, i.e. set up farming chambers. So, yeah, well, let's do at least one of our typical thingies here. 7 on 7. Oh no, there's not enough room. Oh, too bad. Whatever. So, yeah, that's just a 6. We're going to utilize that area a little bit differently then. Let's start out here. 7 on 7. Keep the center square as an up stairwell. And that's that. And do another one right next to it. Okay. Oopsie. We'll need a couple of mechanisms on top of what we're doing here. So let's see. I think 4 will be enough. I don't want to produce too many of them because I have a preference in doing all my gear, my mechanisms out of MagnaSafe materials, but we have none yet. So, yeah. All right. What an interesting start. that second aquifer that is not really an aquifer, well, I don't mind. I'm really happy that it went down like that, so we can easily set up shop down here. So this level here, I want to dedicate to the fabric producers, the clothing and leather industry, basically. Because I really have made the mistake so many times in the past to set up clothing and farming too close together, and it always has been a hot mess. And this time we're going to do it differently. Alright, so we're setting up our workshops with oak and carambola. Damn, we're working with wood blocks all the way. I like it. So let's order another round. I gotta be careful though. Ooh, there's chaos. No, this place is chaos. Sorry, these birds. I hate them. All right, I think every Dwarf Fortress player hates them at some point. If you don't, you just can't count yourself lucky. I don't want to disturb your bliss. So, well, let's set up another stockpile zone. Yeah, back here. That's a good spot. So here we're just going to dump the corpses. You need a place where to dump to the corpses, to dump the corpses to. And we do need a garbage dump. So, where is it? There it is. I really hope that I have now hit the spot. Yes. Nice little memory training. So, well, let's see. How did that adventure go here? My miners, they are still not the masters they will grow into. Adil here is yet just an accomplished miner, just like Cat and Vale Mountain. They're all getting there. I gave them the highest possible skill values that you could, but yeah, well, I really do notice that they take a while to get all this done, but, well, it's okay, I think. So our food stockpiles are dropping low, so that means we're going to go and get ourselves a plant gatherer. So, Id, you are the plant gatherer now. So, well, it's a quite simple process. We're just going to send him to collect things. Mr. Cripwim has to go out. I mean, wasn't he the guy who likes nature, but he actually dislikes the natural world? I think this is, you know, this is just the right job for him. Basically made for it. Okay, so let's hope that these things will give us some stuff to cook with. Until further notice, we are going to set up a easy meal cook regimen. Because I don't want to hamper myself too much. Oh, look, it's already leaking. Wonderful. So, that's all aquifers up there. Neat. So, we're just going to let that drip until we have everything prepared that we require. It doesn't hurt anybody, you know? The drip doesn't hurt anybody. It'll evaporate down there and muddy up the ground, just what we want. We just have to fetch up a couple of things still. The hatch covers, the levers, a couple of things. Okay, so we have all that done. And here already we meet our friend, the Soggy Rock, again. So, we're going to dig a little bit deeper now into that direction. I did space that out a bit, because I don't want the entrance to the caverns, or whatever we will reach there, not directly to my main stairwell here. Experience has taught me that this is smart. This way you have a way of securing the perimeter. Okay. Let's see how deep it goes. I mean, obviously we can dodge it if we want to, but we also can dig through it. I mean, the water will be our friend. We are going to use water as a defensive measure in this fort a lot, because we don't have metal, therefore we need to fall back to other methods. And the usage of water will be excellent. That's why I'm quite happy that we have the first aquiferous layer here. So we're going to make some nice water traps in this run, promise. So I'm very excited for this run, as it is a very fun and not too difficult challenge to play on a with almost no metal. It's really cool. All right. So I think we might need to do something here as well. Let's put some limits up here as well for now. Thing is, if the limits on the drinks are not high enough, the still grabs away the materials that the kitchen might want. And they'll only stop after they have already 5,000 drinks produced, so the kitchen is a little bit competing against the still, which is not really smart, as we have at this point only low stockpiles of things. I don't want to mess myself up like that. Okay, we have the first case of wet feet. It's good to wash the booze off the boots. Speaking about booze, let's help our friends to some mugs. It's mugging time. So yeah, every fortress needs something to drink out of, and that's what we're going to do with that. Okay, let's wait until this evaporates, and let's do another fun thing. Let's breach here into the depths, ignoring what we got here. I don't want to dig deeper until the water is gone. It's always damn annoying to dig through an aquifer while there's still water hanging out. I mean, you can. It's not really a problem or anything. I just want to have several entrances anyways. Okay. What's bothering me so far is that we've only seen siltstone. I don't want to build my entire fortress interior out of siltstone exclusively. That is a very dreary thought. I don't like that. And okay, can't escape the watery depths, as it seems. So if we go deeper, there's yet another aquifer. So we're going to go just like that. And let's just try our luck in 3 different directions. Let's do some good old-fashioned probing. I gotta say, this place is, well, let's say more problematic than I anticipated. Let's see if the water is everywhere or not. So there's the same. Okay, so it seems as if we are here basically on a little island that is in between these things. Okay, that's cool. That's really, really cool for me. That means we can safely utilize all that. Yeah, wherever we go, we're in wet feet territory. I just wanted to check out if we can possibly get ourselves deeper with less effort. I mean, not as if breaching through a light aquifer would be a huge effort or anything like that, but, well, always aim for the low-hanging fruit first. That's all I can say. So we are waiting until they have smoothened the walls, so there's not going to be too much water during the mining process. Alright, let's see how deep this thing goes. So we're going to need a lot of boulders in the course of this run, because boulder traps, they only become useful if applied in high enough numbers, and if they're especially useful if you arrange them in a way that they lure the enemy to fall into something bad for them. So yeah, now they've been not fast enough. Let's see. This one is much deeper. So obviously I was considering myself lucky too early last time. Oh well. Ooh. Sandstone, this time with crystal opal. Alright. It's actually quite valuable if I remember correctly. Doesn't help though if it is caught in the water. We can't dig that out after all. No chance. So, that is so far really good. I'm super happy to find all that. This might sound a little bit strange at first, but this does mean that we have a lot of water to work with, you know? We got just like 4 or 5 layers that we can use for water generation. Jeez, that's going to be a blast. Oh yeah, I really can already foresee a lot of nasty things happening. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we are already through with it. We are just not knowing it. Yep, there we go. So here you see, this is probably the last layer of the aquifer, but we are now. I'm gonna be better safe than sorry and dig down another layer before we smooth out another layer and dig down another layer. Here, the water on our feet is giving us false positives. See here, there is wet wall here. Obviously, a false positive, as this is already all dry. This has been the last layer of the aquifer, so we can, if we want to, start digging already here or here. So let's start our adventure right here. There we go. They're canceling their jobs no longer. That's a good sign. So, Chert. Hello, Chert. Isn't Chert a magma-safe stone safe? I think it is. Yeah, brilliant. So, first step in our career, we are going to order ourselves Chert mechanisms. And gotta make sure we always have 10 of these. Alright. Now, let's set up our levers. Because we're going to go for the agricultural fix very soon too. Oh well, so many things to do at the beginning of a fort, but I love it. So, well, let's see. Kitchen doesn't have anything to cook with. That's the problem. So we're going to send our friend one more time to gather stuff. And that's where I'll leave you for today. So thanks so much for watching. We have a cool fort up ahead of us. I can already feel that this is going to be a real fun run. There's already a lot of nice looking things going on here. I mean, we have the typical symmetrical things that I tend to do, but the expedition quarter, I really love how it looks. So drop me your comments down below. Then give me a thumbs up on that video if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing. There's also the description box, which is full with links for you, leading to the rest of the Banner of Shadows saga, where you can currently watch the Sandwall's Fortress, or maybe more, who knows how much time has passed since I uploaded this when you're watching this, and also the Savage Lands saga, which is 5 fortresses on a different world. You can also find Discord, Twitch, where I stream quite regularly, and of course Patreon, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee are waiting for you. If you want to support the channel, I'd be more than happy about that. And of course, I want to give a big thanks to all of you who are supporting the channel, and a big thanks especially to you watching this video right here, right now. That really means a lot to me. So all you fine people, thanks for being around, and see you all on the next video when we are checking out what new people have arrived. See you there!